There are a lot of talk about defending our planet against asteroids, and for good reason. A big one could do some serious damage. But is it realistic to think we could actually stop one from hitting us? NASA is trying to find out with its DART mission. DART, short for Double Asteroid Redirection Test, is a spacecraft that will deliberately crash into an asteroid in order to change its orbit. The target is a small asteroid called Dimorphos that's orbiting a larger one called Didymos. Dimorphos is about the size of a small building, while Didymos is about twice the size of Manhattan. The DART spacecraft will hit Dimorphos at a speed of about 9,000 miles per hour. This will change the asteroid's orbit around Didymos so that it no longer passes close to Earth. This may sound like a crazy idea, but it's actually quite similar to what would be done in a real impact situation. With such a large object, the basic idea is the same as the one behind DART. Transferring momentum to the object by crashing something into it and redirecting it. We really need to understand this technique first, before you could imagine using it in a real-world scenario, DART project manager Andy Cheng said in a NASA press release. So, how realistic is this? Let's take a look at some of the factors involved. First, it's important to note that Dimorphos is much smaller than Didymos. This makes it a lot easier to change its orbit. In fact, Dimorphos is so small that it's only expected to change Didymos' orbit by about 1% over the course of a year. Second, DART is only a test. If we ever did need to deflect an asteroid, it would be essential to have international cooperation. This is something that DART project scientist Lindley Johnson emphasized in a press release. In order for this deflection technique to be used, we would need to observe an asteroid on an impact trajectory years in advance, she said. Then it would take a cooperative international effort to build and launch a spacecraft on such short notice. Of course, there are some key differences between DART and a real-world scenario. The biggest is that neither Dimorphos nor Didymos is a real threat to Earth. In fact, they're not even close. Dimorphos' orbit will actually take it farther away from Earth after the DART impact. Another key difference is that Dimorphos is part of a binary system, meaning it orbits two objects. This makes it easier to hit because the two objects act like gravity wells, making it easier for DART to target Dimorphos. Finally, DART is just a test. It's not designed to be used in an actual impact situation. The goal is simply to see if the concept works and to gather data that can be used in future studies. So, while DART is a valuable test, it's important to keep in mind that it's not a realistic representation of a real-world scenario. There are many factors that would need to be considered before using this technique in an actual impact situation. Nevertheless, it's a valuable first step in understanding how we could defend our planet against asteroids. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. And let us know in the comments what you think about NASA's planetary defense system.